All right, that was season 4, episode 6 of Haikyuu. Mia. I think that the diagonal shot that Kageyama had, diagonal set that he had to Asahi, that I was like, oh, that was close. It resembled Mia's set to Kageyama to like a
in
T.
the camp.
Yeah, it was like exactly what.
He's like trying to apply things that he's learned, and he's trying to, but I think it's more like he's almost trying to act as instead of applying it to himself.
I don't know. I'm taking what happened right here with Nishinoya as a great thing. I don't think that Kageyama messed up, like, by saying this. Like, I don't think this is like a raw, like, I think this is really good of Kageyama to do.
Right.
I think Kageyama's taking on, like, more of a leadership role and maybe trying to, like, apply, like, what he learned as well. But in reality, great. Nishinoya, you did just have an amazing save, right? Rolling Thunder, love it. But instead of getting right up and then getting ready for the next play, you're kind of admiring what you just did and you're proud of yourself.
Yeah, and he is in the way. I get that.
Even if it's a split second, he is in the way. And I think
you need to always be aware of where you are on the court.
Yeah, and when everybody else is being like, great save,
yeah.
Kageyama's trying to think about like, okay, you're still in the middle of the game, you're in the way, like we're trying to...
Yeah, like, because in that shot where he's leaning on the ground still, Asahi's behind him.
Yeah.
So if Kageyama wanted to have use of all of the spikers, he would have to, like, kind of move around Nishinoya here. And that would change the pacing.
Or wait, you know? And if if Date Tech is so quick that they're always going to get in the way, every millisecond matters.
Yeah.
You know? I love that.
It's just, it was so out of character for him to say something like that. Even Suki was like, what the hell?
Because, like, look at, oh my god.
Ukaya's like,
so
ooh.
happy. Oh my god, I love it. I just want to watch the next episode.
I feel like there isn't a lot to say right now because we're at such, like, a kind of pivotal moment for Kageyama. I feel like that's all we can say is we don't know where it's gonna go and what it's gonna take for him to figure out whatever he's trying to discover on his own.
Yeah.
But we're at a pivotal moment because he just yelled at someone on the court.
I really like the, I like that we don't know, like, where it's going. Like, Kageyama, like, he has such a way about him when communicating with others. Like, people asked him how the camp was, what other people were like, and he's very matter of fact. And it's, like, and when Coach Yukai, like, asked if anything was bothering him, I don't think it really is bothering him.
Or that wouldn't be the word he would think of in terms of it.
But it's very nice because it's not him just being like aloof. It's like his personality. And then he's like, no, like nothing's bothering me. Oh, but what does this mean? Like, you know, being a goody two shoes. And
it's probably because since he doesn't know what it means, he doesn't know if it should bother him.
Yeah. I love the starting order graphics and like the lineups we got. It was very cheesy, but I love it.
I felt like that was fan service.
Yeah.
That was completely just to make us really happy.
It did make me very happy.
It worked. Yeah. It was amazing. I was very happy to have that. It felt like a video game, like we were like choosing our challengers. And it was probably the most epic thing I've ever seen.
I don't feel like we have one thing to like expect or improve on. Like I feel like we have several little things or several big things, which is great. Like we have Hinata trying to jump, right? And like get to that level. And I feel like usually in the show it'd be one at a time, one little thing, one thing we're working on at a time. But there's so many different elements at play and so many different things happening that it makes me less likely to like expect it, which is exciting.
Right.
Like I don't know what's going to happen next that's going to be crazy.
I feel like Kageyama's not going to be able to fully utilize and or help Hinata until something happens, maybe right after this with the Nishinoya thing. Like, he obviously needs to figure something out in his head not be thrown off by the feeling of the wall looming over him, because he did say it's affecting his decisions that he's making. So he feels like he's making the right decision, but he's making the right decision. It's a goody two-shoes decision to go with the decision that, oh, well, that's what they're going to do, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
But what if you just try to get better? What if you try to get Hinata over the wall instead of try to get around the wall?
Yeah. Or instead of getting there quicker, like stand right up to the wall and try to break through it.
To break through it.
Yeah.
I feel like the ending was nice because it made me think of how as Hinata was leaving the first year camp, Kindaichi, I think his name is. I think Hinata called him like Onion Head or something like that at the beginning. He asked how Kageyama was doing. And then I think now we get into this episode and everyone's kind of like, how's Kageyama doing? You know?
Yeah.
And now at the very end, Kageyama yells at someone and everyone's like, oh, what's going on with Kageyama?
Yeah. They're in the presence of discovery. And it's happening.
It's interesting because it's like King of the Court is not necessarily a horrible title. It depends on how he reigns his kingdom, you know?
Yeah.
And rules his kingdom. Because I would say Oyakawa is kind of like a leader of his court. He's like an orchestrator. I think that's a good word for it. I don't think he's a king. I think like he isn't I think he orchestrates his team without shoving it down their throat though. Which I think now he's going to try to figure out how he can be a leader and orchestrate things and be more in control of maybe strategy and movements without being thought of as rude or too much of a king.
Yeah.
Which I think we've been leading up to him learning these things from season 1.
I agree with you. I think it's like good development. I'm always astounded by Kageyama's resolve and his point of view and perspective. Like he has every right and reason to be scared, doubt himself, and be in a bad place right now. But he's nothing but optimistic and excited, and I love that.
I think that's why they work as a pair.
Yeah.
And as friends and as bettering each other on the court and working well together on the court. Because both of them, they see a challenge as something exciting.
And I love it. My other favorite moment from this episode was Hinata's attempt at receiving and like the line. There are times when Hinata pulls off superhuman moves, but what he did just now actually seemed like he meant to do it. Everybody realizes like how insane that is, and Hinata's just like, okay.
He just walks it off and he's like, okay, this is how I should be doing things.
Absolutely love it. Amazing.
He like doesn't even notice that anyone's watching him.
Oh, I love it. I'm excited for next episode.
Me too.
Ever since he came back from training camp, he's been more quiet. Love it.
Stuff's going on up there.
You good?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. And he's very matter of fact. And he's very matter of fact. And he's very matter of fact.
And he's very matter of fact.